So, yeah, we got to do this because the Detroit Red Wings.
Pour Sun Cruiser out for the Red Wings.
I'll pour some Sun Cruiser out for the Red Wings because over the weekend they just had two absolutely pitiful performances. The first one, inexcusable against the worst team in the East, in the New York Rangers, back against the wall, life on the line, and you get blown out by the Rangers, which is just absolutely unacceptable.
Starting six rookies.
They're
playing.
Obviously tanking, and you just can't do anything against them. And then against the Wild, not a game I expected you to win because the Minnesota Wild are a very, very good team. But
why are they a good team?
Well, they have a lot of star power, and they traded for Quinn Hughes.
Boom.
And they've got 240 goal scorers. They have about 4 people that would be the best player on your team. You go out there and you just absolutely shit your pants for the first 40 minutes of the game, try to mount a comeback, and then Patrick Kane just does the most boneheaded play I've ever seen in my entire life to allow the Minnesota Wild to have their 4th-ranked power play and get the game winner. But this team has a serious, serious problem. It is the mental fortitude. It is this complete lack of want, complete lack of try. They've been the worst team in the first period all year, and that is just them coming out soft, coming out slow, and expecting things to happen for them. This is not a team that will go make something happen. This is a team that expects everything to happen for them. I don't know if it's Steve Yzerman, because when Steve Yzerman drafts these guys, he doesn't expect them to all be pussies. I don't know if it's Todd McClellan, because Todd McClellan has gone out there in front of the media multiple times, called these guys bitches, and they're still playing like bitches. Facts. So that's where I look.
And he's not the only coach to do so.
No, it's been multiple different coaches now doing that. And so that's where I look at the players not wanting it. And I think it's something deeply rooted into the Red Wings organization, because you look at the players that leave this team, whether it's Tyler Bertuzzi, whether it's Filip Hronek, whether it's Anthony Mantha, a 30-goal scorer this year, whether it's Elmer Soderblom going to Pittsburgh, scoring a goal every other game and getting into fights, whether it's Jeff Petrie looking like a better defender than half of your team in a game the other day. There is something that is poisoning the roots of the Red Wings organization, and their team is not allowed to blossom, because you see, even your guys, when they are away from the organization, Lucas Raymond looked like the best player for Team Sweden in the Olympics. Dylan Larkin, a pinnacle X factor for Team USA, winning the gold medal. You had Marco Kasper looking elite for Austria in the offseason and then shitting the bed once he gets back to this team. There is something going on in Little Caesars Arena that turns these players into pumpkins every fucking night. And it's embarrassing to watch, because it's not the skill. You have skill. You have talent. Like I said, when these guys get around other players that are just as good or better, they don't look out of place. But when they put on the winged wheel, they turn into these entitled soft bitches that think they are owed something, that think because they play for the Red Wings, everybody's going to roll over for them and let them in the playoffs. It's embarrassing to watch them go out there and compete every night.
That's a part of them starting out the games, going down big, and then coming back. It's not a comeback because they're fighting back in the game. They're coming back because teams are playing the game differently. They're trying to protect the lead rather than attacking the Detroit Red Wings defense. I don't know. There's not much more to say other than what you said, Spinny. It's been piss poor. It's gross to watch. It's not even like hard. It's nasty. We know, I can't even say because you guys know who I'm talking about, but even Darren McCarry at some points is getting disgusted.
He's openly disgusted.
Okay, as long as he's open about it, then
yeah.
D-Mac is grossed out. And I'll tell you, I'll put you this way. D-Mac in the chat, he'll say a joke here and there. 2 weeks ago, or I think it was last Friday or Thursday, was it the Flyers game?
Yeah.
D-Mac had multiple things to say about that one.
Mm-hmm. And Lambertini in there says, Jeebus, what's up with the Wings? Like I said, they're just soft. And they don't have the upper echelon talent to take them to the next level or to rely on. They need every single player on every single line playing breakneck winning hockey to play like a Carolina. Like the roster you have is a playoff level roster. You're just playing like bitches. They're not they're not shooting the puck. They're not crashing the net. They're not getting into the corners, winning puck battles. They're not getting pucks deep. They're expecting people to just let them in the zone. They like the play fucking hockey moniker is so true. They didn't play hockey until the third period against the Minnesota fucking Wild. You think they're just gonna give you that game? It's embarrassing. It really is.
And again, I don't even think they were getting the better of Minnesota. Minnesota just had the lead.
Yeah.
And they're chilling. And then you tied up, and then Patrick Kane does what the fuck what was that?
That was the dumbest move I've ever seen in my life. Patrick Kane better than that. No excuses. But I will say just this on the Minnesota front, just looking at just a few things in terms of like comparison. Because obviously they went out, traded, made the big move.
Yeah.
They were able to bring in Quinn Hughes. But, you know, a guy that they drafted and developed in 2020 was Brock Faber.
Yep.
Where was he picked? 45. Guess who was 32? Where's William Wallander at for the Detroit
Grand
Red Wings?
Rapids still.
Grand Rapids still. Oh, shit. Oh, 2021 draft. You want to go to Kosa at 15. First goalie off the board.
Yep.
How much better would Wallstead be with his 2.67 goals against average compared to Talbot? You think that could have picked you up maybe a few extra points this year, Spenmo?
I think Kosa would have picked you up a few extra more points this year instead of Talbot.
At this point, like, what is the excuse for him not to be playing? And then you want to just put the cherry on top with that pick in 2021. It's been said before, but it's one of these moves that will go down as one of the worst ones in the history of Detroit. Kosa was picked at 15. Wyatt Johnston, with the pick that we traded up at 23, has 80 points and 41 goals for the Dallas Stars. With the pick that you traded up. It's time and time again, they miss out on the high-end talent that you need. And even like a Brock Faber, like, dude, you went defenseman, you just picked the wrong one.
Yeah. And all these guys got, like, these guys on your roster, the JT Compers, the Andrew Kopps, the James Van Riemsdyks, the David Perrons, the Mason Appletons, the Michael Rasmussen, none of those guys should be back with this team next year, and you should bring up all the kids. All of them. Every single one of them. Kosa, Mazur, Nygaard, Finney, Danielson, all of those kids should be playing all season next year for the Red Wings because it's all you got now. And the next time a big-name free agent becomes available or a big-name requests a trade, you cannot hesitate to pull the trigger. I love Simon Edvinsson. See you later, bud. Give me Quinn Hughes. You cannot allow upper echelon talent to slip through your fingers in the trade market, especially ones that wanted to be here.
Yep.
Because the young guys are going to get better eventually. Simon Edvinsson will never be better than Quinn Hughes in his entire career. I can say that pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
I love, you guys know I love Simon Edvinsson.
Yeah. He's one of
Quinn
the guys
Hughes
playing
is
with
the
heart.
best defenseman not named Cale Makar in the NHL. You think Simon's going to be that?
And the thing is, too, like, the whole reason why he didn't trade for him, allegedly, is because he couldn't get the commitment.
Couldn't commit on the extension.
And I talked a little bit further with Max. He says that they wouldn't even allow him to have the conversation about an extension. It just wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
But the fact that he wanted to come to Detroit, the fact that he played Michigan hockey, the fact that he's tight with Dylan Larkin, I think you were getting that extension. I just don't think that's an excuse for a guy that wants to come here. You're going to get that extension.
It's absolutely no excuse in the fucking book.
Yeah.
He should have been a Detroit Red Wing.
Yeah.
100%, 1,000 times over. And I'll say this, two guys that are absolute no-shows right now with no heart was all about the Stevie Y draft process. What did it seem, boys? Every year, we're taking a Swede. What has been like the talk about Swede? They're soft. You got Lucas Raymond, talented as all hell in the world. You know, you see him on the main stage in the Olympics being a dog. What's he bringing to Detroit? Nothing. He has no heart for the city of Detroit. You see Simon Edvinsson out there throwing that body around, getting any big-time fights, backing up his teammates. Like, those are the two guys you put your cards in terms of, and I don't want to just call all Swedes soft, but you're seeing that they don't have heart right now for the city of Detroit because they're choking once again.
They don't. They don't want to play for the team. They don't want to play for their teammates. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because it's want. beating the Rangers, you have to want to beat that team. They're ass. No team in the NHL is just going to give you a victory.
5 rookies, dude.
Yeah.
5 rookies playing on a team that's out of it.
How many defensemen were out for Ottawa when we played them?
4.
Boston, too. Ottawa has one.
It's just an absolute shit show. There's no excuse for this effing team. And it's once again, we're not going to be in the playoffs.
And if you told me any route for the Red Wings to take, fire Yzerman, fire McClellan, trade whoever, yeah, they probably should. Because right now, what they have is not working. It's not even a good team or a good product.
Even in the playoff race right now, our point differential is negative. Just because the East is so goddamn tight. We've got a few OTs to help us go that way.
And you've got 2 games coming up against Philly
Tuesday
and against Columbus. And if you don't get 4 points in regulation, you're not making the playoffs.
Sucks.
Well, what doesn't suck? The Pistons.
Pistons don't suck.
First in the East.
We'll be coming back with the Pistons, and on a high note, the best team in the city.
I know.
And a team that actually cares. A team that's going to go out there and actually play hard for the fans, for their teammates, and for the organization, unlike the Detroit Red Wings.
I'll be down there Wednesday.
Don't go to Red Wings games. Go to Pistons games. They deserve it way more.
Yeah.
The Red Wings don't deserve you there. They don't play for you. They play for golf in the summer.